Hello everyone, I'm Tejashree and I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to my channel. This is actually the first video in this series where we talk about real career journeys and experiences. And today we are starting with the Aslam, who recently began his journey as a fresher. He will be sharing his experiences and insights, which I think really help you understand things in a more real and practical way. So let's get started with today's session. So welcome Aslam.
Thank you.
Can you please quickly introduce yourself?
Yeah. So, hello everyone. My name is Aslam Sayed, and I'm currently pursuing my bachelor's in computer science and engineering. And I have been exploring things like DSA, development, and a little bit of open source. And yeah, it's been a while of just a lot of trying, failing, and learning. And I recently got selected in IBM as a software engineering intern, and joined IBM.
Okay. So how does it feel to get into the IBM?
Honestly, it feels good because the offer came after a lot of efforts and failures. But more than that, it feels like all the small efforts and the failures actually added up, and something else came up. So at last everything worked out.
That's great. So when did you start preparing for the placements and internships?
Uh, I think in my second year, I started out things like taking serious about DSA, and I got to know about DSA in that phase. So I just started learning in order to improve my problem solving skills because it is needed. And before that, I was just doing things randomly without much direction. So yeah, it was the second year, or moreover the third semester where I started.
Okay. And like what was your initial strategy? Like what
There wasn't
platforms
any.
and
Yeah,
resources did you use?
Yeah, as for the strategy, there wasn't a fixed strategy because, as I said, I just started random things in first year, and later on I got serious. So I just decided that कि, okay, DSA करना है, and at the same time, development also because there is a hype in the beginning that okay, I will learn web development, I will learn backend development. So I started making projects along with that, and then just stayed consistent with it, and it gets added up. And for the resources, and uh, I started with Kicks for Geeks, Lead Code for problem solving, and also for reading their articles because there are so many articles in Lead Code which help beginner. And for projects also, I mostly learned by doing, not going into the tutorial help. So yeah, that was the resources and platforms I have used till
That's great. Uh, like how many companies did you apply to before get into IBM? Roughly
now.
like any number.
Actually, I lost the count because there are so many. It may be 250 plus or more than that, and I got rejected in many of them, like the early rounds or even screenings. So yeah,
Okay. So what challenges or rejection did you face?
the biggest challenge was the rejections because the studying part or making skills was not that hard part because it's the hard work and efforts that we are putting in. The challenging part was the rejections, dealing with them. So because sometimes you don't even know what happened behind the scenes and what went wrong. But after a point, I just accepted that and stopped taking it personally. And I just said to myself that okay, maybe DS is weak or maybe communication is the problem. So I will improve that. And I kept working on it on daily basis.
Okay. So for the resources, like are there any are there any particular channels or any sheet?
Yeah, for practicing DSA, there are a lot of channels because it totally depends on the programming language you are more comfortable with. For
So what was
channels
your
like
programming
let's say
language?
I prefer Java as well. I started with C programming, but comfortable with Java mostly. And for the resources on YouTube, for beginners, this driver is everyone knows. So he will explain in detail. He will also do the dry run. So it's up to you how you make out of it. There's also different channels. Let's say there were Code Story with Mike. There's a channel. There's a Coding Wala channel by PW. That's also a great resource. And in paid courses, I took one of them courses called CFG Self-Paced Learning, which was tutored by the CEO itself, which is Sandeep Jain. So it was a good course also. So I would say just start out with anything resources, whichever you are comfortable with, just go on with it.
Okay. Apart from the DSA and project, what do you think is required to get into the company?
Apart from DSA and development, there is a app called Core CS Fundamentals. As a CS student or even a non-CS student, we should know how the systems work and how what the core of it. So in core CS, there include subjects like operating systems, computer networks, and the most important, the object-oriented programming, because all over the systems are working on that principle. So we should start learning those also because it would build up the knowledge, the basic foundation we need as a CS student. So it will help a lot. And in interviews also, they ask questions about them. Along with that, DBMS and SQL is also there for the databases.
Yeah. So apart from that, like how much percentage of project is important while you are sitting for the placements?
Uh,
What do you think? Like,
the project should be real world first of all. Like it should not be so simple, just like what the beginner does is the tic tac toe or to do list. That's a good project for learning. As if you're starting out, if you're a beginner, that's a good project. Start with it. Later on for the placement, if you're in your third year on or fourth year planning to give interviews for internships and placements, you should have great projects which would solve real world problems. It may be repeated, it may be not repeated somewhere else, but it totally depends on how you explain it and how did you find it, like what is the need of that project also. You should know the core of it, and to that, from that core you should go deep into it while building and building and building. You can use AI. I think most of us will comment that how to make projects or we should follow tutorial or not. So the answer is just start with them. If you need AI to refer that, but don't just blindly copy paste. Learn by doing. That's the principle.
yeah, yeah. So, how was the IBM selection process?
Yeah, the context behind is that IBM visited on our campus at the let's say start of this 2026 in Feb. So it started with the application, a regular application. Later on, some people got shortlisted for the drive. The first round was the online assessment, which included most of it was the data structures and algorithms questions and some MCQs. The MCQs were based on the course's fundamentals, as we discussed, and it also tests your knowledge about the Linux, GitHub. Those are also the essentials. So after clearing those that round, the people shortlisted further for the technical interview, which was the round two. In the technical interview, uh, they dig deep into the projects, like what projects you have made, what are the tech stack you have used, and why you have used those tech stacks. They will dig up more on the project part because they need to know why are you really do you really know the core of that project, the need of that project, and the real world problem it solves. After the the interview, technical round one, there was a PDM round, which is more about the technical plus managerial round, and it was taken by a manager. So it started with the technical part, the projects, the tech stack, the ongoing AI trends. What are the latest trends in the AI and technologies? Later on, it shifted to managerial part, which where they asked more about the behavioral questions, and after that, that this was the final round. and we just got the result after that.
Okay. So, how did you prepare for the interviews? Like, did you done any what we can say practice like mock anything?
For IBM, I didn't do anything special because just before IBM because I was already regularly preparing. Because before IBM, I had so many rejections in on campus, both off campus. So I was in the learning phase and keep practicing that. Uh, on a regular basis for practice, I used to do DSA, like solving pattern questions, or if I'm not feeling well to do DSA, I will just revise or at least solve one question so that the consistency will not break. And next one is the revising basics. The basics like the OOP fundamentals, the core CS fundamental like DBMS SQL queries, because the core should be clear by heart. And the next part is the explaining my projects clearly, because if you are not able to explain it, that will not convey your explanation to the interviewer. So yeah, and the final most uh, basic is the preparing your resume. Like you should know every core of it. So I tried to practice at every night, let's say 9 p.m. to just go through my resume, whatever there is written in it.
Okay. Uh, and like, what would be what you do if I ask you to start it again? Let's say you are in your first year right now. So,
Yeah.
what things you do differently?
If I were in first year and I had to start again, I would honestly start earlier because I had no guidance at that time. So I will try to gather more people around me who are actually started earlier than me, and I will. Most important is I will not overcomplicate the things, because I had this problem that okay, I need this perfect, I need this perfect roadmap, and I will start later. So I will not overcomplicate it. I will just start with anything and will stick to it, and but basic strong karna is the main game. After that, everything is flowing.
So you can just give me like three tips for the student who are aiming for the companies like IBM, Google, Microsoft, and many more.
Yeah, dreams like these are so much competitive nowadays because there are so many people applying, learning, and developing. So for tips, the first one can be the basic, the consistency. Consistency is more than anything. If you are doing a hard work on 1 week a day and not remaining days, that will not work. So consistency is everything. Second is not to follow the tutorial help, because many people think it's productive to just following the tutorial and making the project. That will not work in long term. So don't just watch. You should build something by yourself also. If you have any idea, build that. The third tip can be uh, the explanation part. Like your communication matters too. So learn to explain what you are learning and what you are building. If you are not able to explain that well, you will not able to convey that feeling.
Yeah. Uh, like communication is so important.
Yeah.
And yeah. So, can you just tell me like common mistakes student should avoid?
Yeah, there are so many mistakes because everyone is a beginner sometimes and they make even more than mistakes. Uh, Personally, in my case, there are so many mistakes. The first one can be doing too many things at once. Like I'm just motivated at suddenly and I'm just starting two to things at once. That should not work. I should focus on one thing. After completing that, I will focus on the next. The next one can be ignoring the communication part. People think that they are good at communication, but when the real time comes, they just blow that interview and they will be discouraged by that. So keep practicing for that. Read books, watch English movies, or read newspapers. So don't ignore the communication part. And the third one is the keep revising. Like if you are studying, keep revising it at least a week or in 2 to 3 weeks, because it you will not be able to remember everything at the if you're having interview tomorrow, you will not be able to take everything at once and I will start studying. That will not work. Yeah, don't make these mistakes.
Yeah. So my last question is like any final message for the students who feel lost?
Yeah, at one time, everyone feels lost in life. Like, so if you are feeling lost, it's actually normal. Like I'm the example of it. It's actually normal. I was also there, and yeah, the message is that just pick something and start. Just start that and stick to it and give it time. Don't just say in imagining the things in the brain only. There should not be only the thinking. There should be action. Take action, start, and stick to it. And yeah, the final goal is things will start making sense at one time in long term, but they will definitely will.
Yeah. So thank you so much for sharing your experience and journey with us. And I wish you the best for your future,
Thank you.
like future journey. And thank you again.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This was really fun. All the best for you too for further
Yeah.
sessions.
So thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.